Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is Ready to Love. Who is ready to love? It is the finale. It is time for some decisions, or is it? Was it really a choice here? I kind of called what was going to happen a few weeks ago. I already saw where the ball was rolling. I really am more interested in what's going to happen on this reunion next week. I want to know who found love outside of the show. Did anybody get back to Houston and say, I didn't connect with you on the show, but I want to connect with you now? Who is still together of these couples? I bet 0-0. I'm saying 0-0. Like, I don't think anybody is still together, but we shall see next week. I can't wait till next week. But let's jump into what happened. This is the family episode. I did not take any notes, you all, because one, this episode could have been 15 minutes. It really could have, but we had to have a finale. We had to see who would link up. So, the beginning of the episode, the thing I didn't like is they kind of toasted to be like, bye Denise, cheers to Denise going home. Like, I ain't like that. Like, I like Denise. She did play herself last week. I heard that she got in her feelings that people said she played herself. But you did. You played games with Calfani. And what is up with this, oh, I don't want to chase. I want to be chased. I want you to fight for me. Like, girl, if you wanted Calfani, you don't play games. Like, I know people say age ain't nothing but a number, and Angie, you shouldn't say somebody too old for that, but you too old. You are too old to be playing like, oh, well, I like him to see if he gonna come back and chase you. So, Denise, I do feel like you played yourself, but I liked you, girl. And that reunion dress, we gonna get in the looks next week. But that gold reunion dress that I saw Denise had on a little clip, girl, you look good. You look good. But let's move on. Quickly, let's start with the couple I care the least about, which is Anthony and Winter. I don't care what anyone says. This was a total game, let's make it to the end of the show move. Anthony never showed any interest in Winter until Winter saw that Jay and Joy were a thing and she had to start dating around. And she started dating around a little bit too late. We still don't know what happened with her and Edwin. I'm hoping we address it a little bit at the reunion. I got a lot of questions for this reunion and I hope they ask them all. But I don't see the chemistry at all. I don't even see the attraction. Yeah, Anthony has a good body, but something within me, I don't know what it is, my spidey senses, I don't know what it is. Something about Anthony just don't sit right with me because you're a grown-ass man. I've dated, like, my type, the type of man that I like is a football player-ish type of man. I've always been attracted to guys who play football. I ain't never met a man who loved football that much where he can't love me too. Never, ever. And for you to be like, your sister come on and he is just super single, like he's been so single, he can't even have, like, you weren't even in the NFL. So what was your concentration? Like, from the time you stopped playing college ball to now your mid to late 30s, where was the love? I don't get it and I don't buy it. Like, his sister, the way Anthony comes off and that goofiness, it seems like he never had a girlfriend before. The goofiness is not attractive to me. And he wasn't goofy like that with Denise. So I really felt like Anthony shot himself in the foot. Maybe he's more attracted to Winter. It is, you are allowed to be attracted to who you're allowed to be attracted to. But I felt like Anthony had a much stronger, mature connection with Denise. It is what it is. And Winter just didn't want to go home. Because Winter could have went home a long time ago. Because the only person she really vibed with was Jay. And it was clear many moons ago that Jay and Joy was it. So it is what it is. But Winter's sister comes and she says Anthony is invited to the cookout. You know, she really liked their vibe. Maybe this is something that, maybe Angie check yourself. maybe it's just that I'm used to couples being further along in the process, and Winter and Anthony are just, excuse the noise. I told my son I was making a video, and for whatever reason, he wanted to fry up some bacon at 5 o'clock and make a bacon and egg sandwich. I don't know, and he just want to make noise. So excuse the noise. But maybe Winter and Anthony are in like that instant vibe stage where it just seems odd because, let me explain. It seems odd because we're at the point of the show where people are supposed to be developing strong feelings, relationships. Yes, I'm ready to love. I can see myself loving you and all of that. Where it seems like Anthony and Winter is so new. They're talking the end game, but they're really just, I think you cute. Let's see what's like. We'll see what happened on this reunion. I don't care nothing about Anthony and Winter. Like, even at the end of the episode when they kissed, it didn't look passionate. They didn't even have their bodies pressed together. Like, you saw how Calfani kissed Adriana, and I'm gonna get on her. Oh, we about to get on her in 2 minutes, 60 seconds. Just wait. I didn't see any passion or concern or care when I looked at Winter and Anthony, and it could just be that their connection is so new. We're expecting to see more because it's the finale, and they just don't have it to give. But they could develop it. And Winter, if you like that kind of man, good for you, girl. I wouldn't want a project. I don't want to be 40 trying to be working some man through the emotions of a first love and a first relationship. Like, no. I don't think I would have time for it, but good for you, girl. We'll see what's up. Okay, let's get on to the meat and potatoes of the show, because I did not like the way Adriana did Rashid. I don't like the way Rashid played himself. A little bit. Always trust your gut. Always trust that gut feeling. Who sing that song? I love that song. But trust your gut. That gut feeling you have will never steer you wrong. Where do we start? It's the parents episode. Let's start with Adriana and Calfani's parents. The one thing I got that Calfani's mom asked, how do you feel about dating a man who has kids? I never knew Calfani had a child, nevertheless kids. But that's just something they didn't bring up on the show. Maybe they did and I missed it, because you already know. When it comes to Calfani, I was just looking. Like, he is the type of guy that I would be attracted to on that type of show. But moving on. I'm married, but I can't look. So I just was like, okay, I didn't know that about him. And I feel like for some reason, I don't know if it's just the edit and the way they wanted him to be edited on the show, like just a goofy bodybuilder. I feel like I learned so much more about Calfani when he was with his family, and even when he was being interrogated, interviewed by Adriana's father. But I just like Calfani more and more this episode. He has a big family, and they do events every Sunday after church, and I just like the way she vibed with his family. But to me, Adriana is playing games. I don't think Adriana really wants to have a relationship with Calfani or Rashid. Now, Rashid got on the phone with his sister and was like, look, I feel like I'm chasing Adriana and no longer courting her. And this is where I feel Rashid. Through this whole, from the beginning, Adriana was telling everybody, Rashid is my man. He's my top. He's my number one. Don't fool. Really the same shit Denise was doing, but just not as... Denise was a little bit more out there with hers, because I don't want to say the A word. I don't want to say that. But, Denise just has a more confrontation... How can I say it nicely? Because I don't want to say the wrong word. Denise just has a more cut the shit straight to the point personality. But Adriana was doing the same thing by telling everybody, Rashid is my man. He's my top. He's my first pick. You know, Rashid. We went on a blind date. And I told y'all many moons ago that Adriana locked eyes with Rashid, not out of no connection, but out of, I dated him before. I could flirt with him. I can get with him. And he will vote for me. Rashid will vote for me until I can find who I want. That's the game I feel like Adriana played, because I don't understand how every conversation you had with Rashid was about serious stuff. Like, to me, Adriana and Rashid were the only ones who were having the type of conversations to see if you was down to be with somebody you love. Like, I'm down for the boys, your son. All that. I want to have a whole basketball team full of kids. I want to be married. Like, they were having, serious conversations about future events. So she played you, Rashid, and I felt bad for him. Like, I felt bad for him. And Rashid is the only person, I've never did a 180 with somebody. I'm like Wendy Williams. A woman is allowed to change her mind. Because if you go to my casting video on Rashid, I was like, Rashid looked like a player. He looked like he with that shit. And no. Out of all the men I've seen on this show this season, he's the one who has that type of personality that I feel like, and he seems so genuine, educated, sincere. Like, he seemed like he was there looking for love. And I felt like if Adriana would have been sincere with him and on that same sincere level of trying to find a connection, he would have treated her right and would have gave you the world, girl. You messed that up. He goes to his sister, and I understand where he's coming from. Like, I was courting her. I was doing romantic things to, like, lead to a relationship, trying to show you how much I care. But then it turned into, well, I don't know. You no longer my number one. And I don't know what I want to do. And it's like, I want you to fight for me and chase me. Like, why should I chase you when just a few weeks ago you was telling everybody I was your man? Like, I understand exactly where Rashid was coming from. And his sister was like, I trust your opinion. I liked his sister. And she was like, no, if you ain't feeling what I got to meet the girl for. I was here for it. I was here for it. So then we get to, Rashid gets to Adriana. And he tells Adriana, he's doing the Edwin of, look, I feel like I'm chasing you. And I don't want to chase you. I just want to court you and show you how much I care for you. And I feel like I'm no longer in that top spot. So I just want to bow out. I want to let you be happy with Calfani. And here go Adriana. Well, Calfani likes to chase me. If I was Rashid at that moment, I would have said, but my name is Rashid. My name is Rashid. My name is not Calfani, so I can't do what Calfani might not have a problem with it, but I do. And see, that's where you're wrong. You can't expect every man to want to do the same thing. You should respect him for his honesty and not just doing what you want him to do. But Calfani Calfani, she said the way she said what she said to Rashid to make him stay was total manipulation. Like, well, Calfani knows you've always been my top guy. You've always been my number one. So here you are reiterating that to Rashid, you are my number one. And Calfani doesn't have a problem fighting for me. And I want you to stay here, and I want you to fight for me. And I want you to meet my pops. When you tell somebody you want them to meet your parents, that is, to a lot of people, even to me, especially to me, I haven't hardly introduced anybody I've dated to my parents. Like, if I introduced you to my parents, it was serious. So I understand his thinking of, well, she still wants me to meet her dad, so maybe she really ain't feeling I think 100% Rashid, you should have followed that gut feeling and just told Adriana, look, my name is Rashid. I'm not Calfani. I don't feel the same way. I don't roll the same way that Calfani rolls. I don't want to chase. I'm out. And I feel like you should have left and you would have saved a lot of hurt, because I really felt like when Adriana broke up with Rashid, he was hurt. But what I think about Adriana, I don't know the girl, and to each their own, but I feel like Adriana was here to play the game. She just wanted to be on TV to the end, which you were. You made it. And I ain't even mad at you, girl. Every woman likes to feel chased. Every woman likes to feel desired. And she just wanted both men to chase her. And she wanted to be the one to make the choice. She didn't want Rashid to make the choice for himself of saying, look, you can have him. She wanted to be the one to say, I don't want you. So, and that's me. To me, that was mean and selfish. Like, you should let that man go home and at least go home with the respect of, his dignity. Like, I'm going to bow out. And you could have said, yeah, I am. Because it ain't no way you still sitting up here one day. Because this was 2 days. It ain't no way one day you saying, I still don't know who I want. When you were sitting there with Rashid, you knew that Kalfani was your number one. You knew it. So you should have let Rashid go home, introduce Kalfani to your daddy, and been done with it. But moving on. So both get to meet Adriana's father, who is a therapist and a pastor. I liked his vibe. I didn't mind the questions too much. The only question that kind of stumped me was like when he was like, so why are you a human being? I'm telling you, it would have been written all over my face. I know how to be respectful to people's parents, but my face would have been like, seriously, why am I a human being? How about because my parents, my mom and my dad are not from Mars, so I ain't no damn alien. I'm a human being. Like, I ain't an animal. I'm not an alien, so I'm a human. What do you mean? I wouldn't know how to answer that. I probably would not have said a smart ass comment. But I probably would have looked and rolled my eyes, and I wouldn't even know how to answer that. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he was going for with that one. But I didn't mind his father. I actually liked Adriana's father. And I think both gentlemen gave good responses to the questions that he asked. Now, I don't see how, and it could be editing, but when both men exited the building, Kalfani said, I got a business meeting. I'll catch you later. Like, this too much. And Kalfani left. Rashid was the only one who stood up, embraced your daughter, kissed her, and said, I have to go. I will see you later, sir. And left. But the dad says, I don't see no chemistry with you and Rashid. I'm going to tell you like this. Adriana said that Rashid made her feel safe, but it was something about Kalfani she just never felt before. And that's all, to me, that's all a man has to hear. Because to me, when Adriana said Rashid makes me feel safe, I took that as saying that Rashid is more stable. He probably can take care of her where she'll feel safe and not have to feel like she has to worry financially. That's what I feel about that safe. Like, if I get with Rashid, I probably have everything I ever want. But I get, that's kind of nasty, but everybody here grown. I get a little bit moist for Kalfani. That's how I took it. Like, Kalfani has that, and then I think a big part of her thing with Kalfani was because she said it to his parents. Everybody here wanted him. He was the finest one here. Every woman wanted him, and I got him. I think a lot of it is ego, especially with women. Let's be real, especially with a bitch that you don't like. Both of y'all eyeing the same man, and you got him. I know a big part of it was, I can't stand this bitch Denise. Not saying Denise a bitch, but that's probably what Adriana is thinking. I can't stand this bitch Denise. I done pulled her man, and I'm leaving the show with her man, her day one. I bet you a big part of that is going through Adriana's mind. I don't think for 1 second Adriana and Kalfani are still together. I don't feel like Adriana was here looking for a relationship. She was here to get her Instagram followers up. And I hope you got them up, girl. I ain't following you, but I hope you got them up. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. They got on the boat and sailed off on a little, it wasn't even a big boat. It wasn't a little boat. Probably looked like one of the ones you could pedal with your feet. I don't know. But that was it. That was it. Adriana broke up with Rashid. Oh, yeah, because Adriana broke up with Rashid the very next day, saying, yeah, I don't feel like we have any chemistry. I'm going to choose Calfani. And I would have been like, bitch, you knew that yesterday. And Rashid's face was, his whole facial expression when Adriana was breaking up with him was like, I could see the hurt. Like, he wanted to be a gentleman. He wanted to be respectful because he was on TV. But I feel like in real life, if it wasn't no cameras there, Adriana would have got cussed out. She would have got cussed out. Because he was trying to leave the show with his dignity, and you took that from him. You took that from him because you wanted to be the one to do the breaking up. You wanted to be the one to say, I had the choice. I ain't gonna get into that. We gonna get some true tea talk next week at this reunion. I can't wait to see it. You all get in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this final episode. What do you think of the final picks? I really wish Jay and Joy could be there. I feel like Jay and Joy are the only ones with a true connection. You know, condolences again to her sister. And we know why she had to leave. Or not to her sister, but to her family for the loss of her sister. We know why she had to leave. I can't wait to see it. I kind of read body language. When I looked at the reunion, just the body language, and this is just 10 seconds of clips. It didn't look like nobody was still together to me. But it seemed like people going to be dropping some true tea. And so we're going to discuss that next week. So anyway, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I know Ready to Love is getting ready to go off. But Belle Collective, which is a new reality show following the women of Jackson, Mississippi. I can't wait to see that. I will be reviewing that. That starts next Friday, I believe, after the reunion. I will be reviewing. I haven't reviewed early like some other YouTubers just because I like consistency in my videos. And that little preview, they already said it's going to be episode 1, so I ain't want to watch it. Like, let me watch it when it come on, and that way every week we'll have video and we ain't going to be, you know what I'm trying to say. And then, you know, the Huntsville, the Holtz, and the, what's the other one's names? You know, the brother, I forgot their name, but the Holtz will be back. And Melanie said, I feel like I should slap the shit out of you. And I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see it. I like Melanie. I like Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's a great show. And it's still, and Belle Collective is another Carlos King. So I'm hoping it will be just as good as Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm happy Carlos King is branching out to other cities outside of Atlanta. Because I feel like we've seen everything every Atlanta booty got to offer. Like, we've seen it all. We know what's going on in the ATL. I like that he's reaching out to Huntsville, Jackson, Mississippi. Now, if he bring his ass to Memphis, I could get on there. I got a little bit of coins and a little bit of job and business opportunity that I could put on a reality TV show as well. I don't know. I'm talking too much, y'all, but I will be reviewing those 2 shows. So just because Ready to Love is getting ready to end, we still have some more shows on the OWN network to review and talk about. So go ahead and hit subscribe and join me for those reviews as well. So I will talk to you all later, okay? Bye.